Hello everyone, here we are going to do lesson D on page 76. So pause the video if you need to and grab your, I don't know, the white book. I keep calling it the wrong thing and I'm confusing a lot of people. So it's the white book. From now on, it's the white book. Okay, I am going to share my screen again. Here we go. So we are on page 76. Again, remember at all times, if you need to, you can stop the video or pause the video and rewind and listen to something again, okay? I don't mean to go quickly, but I very well could be, and I do apologize for that. So here we go. We've got a picture of Olga, and this would be the interviewer. It's a person who is sitting there having a conversation with her, and he is going to be asking her questions back and forth. He'll ask a question and she'll answer it. So even though I just gave you the answers to these questions, the questions over here say, who are the people? Where are they? And what are they doing? So this is Olga and the interviewer, a man. It appears as though they are at her home. I would just guess that because it looks very casual to me. They're having coffee. He's got a tape recorder there, or a voice recorder. She has pictures sitting out on a table. To me, that looks like they're probably at her home. And what are they doing? He is asking her questions about her life, okay? So if I move down here, we're going to listen to the interview. It says read the interview, listen, and read again. So we're going to, this is an interview where the interviewer is the person who is asking the questions, and Olga is the interviewee, the person answering the questions. Down at the bottom here, or in the middle, in the red, there's the red book. It says skim. Read the questions. They tell you the focus of the interview. So when you skim, this is the kind of visual that I give my students. I skim. So I'm just going to quickly look through. I'm just going to quickly look through and kind of get the gist of what's going on. The gist is the focus. It's the focus of the reason for the interview. So if we kind of just skim through, I see the word Moscow, I see the word married, I see some dates in here, I see the word husband, I see the word baby, move, United States. See, I'm just skimming. I'm just kind of picking out some words that are popping out to me. Different words may pop out to you. And so the gist or the focus of this is all about her life, okay? All right, so I am going to play this, and I really hope that you can hear, because I learned that the other day too, that I can share the computer sound with you. So we'll see if this works here. All right, here we go. So follow along as you listen.
Exercise 2. An interesting life.
What happened after you graduated from high school?
I went to university in Moscow, and I met my husband there. It was a long time ago. We were in the same class. We fell in love and got married on April 2nd, 1990. We had a small wedding in Moscow.
What happened after you got married?
I finished university and found a job. I was a teacher. Then I had a baby. My husband and I were very excited to have a little boy.
When did you move to the United States?
We immigrated about 14 years ago. We became American citizens 8 years ago.
Okay, so even just thinking about lesson C, we have on April 2nd, 1990, in Moscow, that's the place where they got married, the place. Let's see here. And at the very end, it says American citizens 8 years ago. So a time frame, okay? About 14 years ago, a time phrase, a time frame. Okay, so that was fast. So let's you and I read this together. We'll just go through and we'll read and answer our questions then. So let's start with the interviewer. What happened after you graduated from high school? I went to university in Moscow and I met my husband there. It was a long time ago. We were in the same class. We fell in love and got married on April 2nd, 1990. We had a small wedding in Moscow. What happened after you got married? I finished university and found a job. I was a teacher. Then I had a baby. My husband and I were very excited to have a little boy. When did you move to the United States? We immigrated about 14 years ago. We became American citizens 8 years ago. Okay, so here we go. After we read, which we just did, now we are going to answer the questions about Olga writing incomplete sentences. So question number 1, let's read this together. When did Olga meet her husband? Okay, so we have to go back and look. Let me get rid of this here, sorry. We have to go back and look so I went to university in Moscow and met my husband there. So that's where did she meet, but it's asking when did she meet? It was a long time ago. So that is our answer of when. She met her husband a long time ago. When did they get married? So look back and pause your video and write your answer in a complete sentence. Here we go. They got married on April 2nd, 1990. So now we are using the simple past as well. They got married on April 2nd, 1990. Number 3, read this with me. When did they become American citizens? So we're going to look back here and you're going to pause the video and write your answer. Okay? Here's our answer. Let's read this together. They became citizens 8 years ago. They became citizens 8 years ago. Number 4, when did she and her family move to the United States? Here's the question. Okay, pause the video and write your answer in a complete sentence. Here we go. Here's our answer. They moved to the United States about 14 years ago. So pause the video if you need to and write or rewrite or finish writing. Okay. All right, let's move on to B. So it looks a little daunting, meaning like a little overwhelming, but we got this, okay? So B says number the sentences in correct order. So all of this stuff is out of order. It's like that timeline, okay? But instead of a timeline now, we are just simply looking back for first, next, last type thing, okay? So first, Olga graduated from high school. So we can see that she went to university in Moscow. Okay, so that's happening there, all right? So let's see here. So I went to university in Moscow. I met my husband there. So which one here says I met my husband? She met her husband. Okay. Probably, maybe we should read all these together too. Let's do that. and then we'll pause and look. So over on the left, let's read all our options. Olga had a baby boy. She moved to the US. She found a job. Olga got married. She met her husband. She became a US citizen. Olga graduated from high school. Olga finished university. So here we go. She met her husband. That would be number 2. Okay. I'm going to scroll back up here. It was a long time ago. We were in the same class. We fell in love and got married. Let's see here. Olga got married. It was a long time ago. Olga got married is number 3. Olga got married. Okay. Number 4, we had a small wedding. Number 4, let's see here. I finished university and found a job. So what is 4 and 5? I feel like that answered 4 and 5. Pause and look for that. There you go. Olga finished university is number 4. She found a job is number 5. Okay. She was a teacher, then she had a baby. See, I'm kind of skimming just to find this. So she had a baby. See, I remember reading that down here. So pause and fill in that answer. So number 6 is Olga had a baby boy. Then let's see here, what happened next? Did she move to the United States first and then become a citizen, or did she become a citizen then move to the United States? So let's see here, we immigrated about 14 years ago. We became American citizens 8 years ago. So pause, write your answers for 7 and 8. Here you go, 7, she moved to the United States. And 8, she became a US citizen. Okay, there we go. All right, so I'm gonna turn the page here. Here we go. So we have, I have to zoom this, kind of reduce this a little bit. We have a picture dictionary of life events. So the picture helps us with the vocabulary word, okay? Let's scroll down right away to part A, and let me make this bigger here. Let's just go through all of these vocabulary words. Read with me. Fell in love, got divorced, got engaged, got married, got promoted, had a baby, immigrated, retired, started a business. So I know we've done this in the past. So what I want you to do right now is go through and write down which vocabulary word goes with the picture, and then we'll go through it together. So this is kind of like that pre-check about what you already know. All right, so pause the video and go through that. Okay, so now what we're going to do, now that you have your options written in here, and I apologize, let's see if I can just make this, I'm just gonna have to scroll through so it's a little bit bigger for us here. All right, so here we go. The first one is retired. When you retire, you stop working, or you have finished a career in a kind of a lifetime of working, and eventually you can stop working, or you can do a different job at a slower pace or not as busy, okay? Typically, and most of the time, well, all the time, people retire in their 60s or 70s, okay? So retired. Here we go, number 2, started a business. that is your, I know a classmate had talked about going to a meeting to learn about starting a business and just about how much work it is, and you know, all that. So starting a business or started a business is promoting a product and selling it to people. Okay. All right. Number 3, had a baby. So I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. She literally looks like she's in the hospital, has little bracelets on for hospital, and that she has just a brand new baby, had a baby there. All right, these two look like they're very excited. They fell in love. Aww, they fell in love. They're, yeah. I mean, is there an explanation needed? I don't think so. They fell in love. And fell, not like actually falling, but it's more of a saying, like it's a process of an emotion of falling in love with somebody. Okay, number 5, got engaged. Yeah, there we go, the ring. He's saying, oh, will you marry me? Okay, number 6, got married. Typically wearing white in a suit, and a pastor or some sort of officiating the marriage. All right, let's see here. Oh boy. So they are married, or that is a picture of their wedding, and it is ripped in half. So that means, whoops, that they got divorced. Anytime you're divorced, you're separating from your spouse, but people can also, I've heard, well, I don't even want to go into that. Yes. All right, so get divorced. Here we go. So we are looking at number 8 is immigrated. Okay. And number 9 is got promoted. I know we've set goals and talked about goals in the past about doing more at our jobs, or taking a higher position or a better paying job or position. That is all about getting promoted. So you got promoted. Again, this is difficult to do. If you would like to voice record something and let me know, you know, start a conversation, that would be fun. I mean, I would love to hear it. And let me stop this share here. And yeah, so we're learning. We're trying to do this. I hope you're finding these lessons helpful. And again, this is distance learning. Anytime you are able to do this, it works. All right. I have one more video, and it just is going to kind of wrap up today's lessons.